don't think that I would call it a whirlwind in terms of our relationship. Obviously, there have been layers attached to how public it has become after we had a good fight.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm diving into what might be the most explosive royal scandal since the War of the Waleses. And trust me, this makes Harry and Meghan's Oprah interview look like afternoon tea with the Queen. A bombshell has dropped that threatens to shake the very foundations of the monarchy, and it's all centered around a mysterious woman known only as DL, who claims to be the biological mother of Archie and Lilibet. Yes, you heard that right, the biological mother. Now, I know you guys are excited for more Purpur, but before we delve into further discussion, if you haven't subscribed, come on guys, what are you waiting for? Hit like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell ASAP. So now, for years, internet sleuths have been dissecting videos of Meghan's pregnancies, pointing out oddities in her baby bump, questioning the secrecy around the births, and analyzing the strange way Harry announced Archie's arrival in front of a horse stable rather than at his wife's side. Most of us dismissed these theories as the ramblings of conspiracy theorists with too much time on their hands. I certainly did. But now this woman DL has stepped forward with what she claims is concrete evidence, legal documents, medical records, and private correspondence that could turn the Sussex fairy tale into the royal scandal of the century. According to DL's account, she was approached in late 2018 through a discreet California-based surrogacy agency exactly when Harry and Meghan were presenting themselves to the world as newlyweds preparing for family life. She alleges the arrangement was crafted with cold precision. She would carry their children under conditions of absolute secrecy, housed in controlled environments, isolated from friends and family, and constantly monitored in what she describes as dehumanizing conditions. I wasn't a person to them, she's quoted as saying. I was a vessel, nothing more. The bitterness in her testimony is palpable. A woman who claims she was promised security and financial compensation, only to be discarded once the deliveries were complete, left to battle health complications alone, and silenced by complex legal agreements. What makes this story particularly explosive isn't just the surrogacy claim itself. After all, surrogacy is perfectly legal and increasingly common. It's the alleged deception and secrecy around it that's truly shocking. If true, this would mean Harry and Meghan, who built their brand on speaking their truth and transparency, orchestrated one of the most elaborate deceptions in royal history. Think about the implications here. The monarchy is built on clear, unquestionable lineage. The line of succession depends on absolute clarity about who's related to whom. If heirs were introduced into that line through an undisclosed surrogacy, we're talking about what one constitutional scholar called an earthquake in slow motion, a potential crisis that could destabilize the monarchy for generations. Remember all those strange circumstances around Archie's birth? The missing hospital photo op that every royal baby gets? The odd announcement from Harry outside a horse stable? The mysterious alteration to Archie's birth certificate where Meghan's full legal name was replaced with her royal title? At the time, these were explained away as the Sussexes modernizing royal tradition. But in light of DL's claims, these quirks take on a much darker significance. Were they calculated distractions designed to hide a surrogate pregnancy? What's particularly damning is Harry and Meghan's response, or rather, their complete lack of response. This couple, who typically launches immediate legal action against any perceived slight, has remained conspicuously silent. Their lawyers are reportedly sending cease and desist letters to media outlets and threatening litigation against anyone who amplifies DL's claims. But there's no direct denial from the Sussex camp. Skeptics are asking the obvious question. If DL is lying, why not shut her down with irrefutable DNA tests? Why not embrace the transparency you claim to value? Their silence speaks volumes, and in the court of public opinion, silence often reads as guilt. Meanwhile, DL isn't backing down. She's publicly declared her willingness to testify under oath, submit to independent medical testing, and release documents she claims were signed by Meghan's representatives. For a woman supposedly bound by non-disclosure agreements, her defiance is remarkable, suggesting either she believes she's on solid legal ground or she's willing to risk everything for what she sees as justice. The online community has exploded with renewed interest in those old conspiracy theories. Videos of Meghan's pregnancies, where her bump appears to shift unnaturally, have resurfaced, gaining millions of new views. Forums once dismissed as fringe echo chambers are now being treated as archives by mainstream audiences searching for clues. Even major networks that once defended the Sussexes are reportedly considering exclusive interviews with DL, despite the legal risks. Inside the Sussex household, sources describe mounting chaos. Harry is reportedly unraveling, sleepless, paranoid, and volatile, with staff questioning whether he was ever truly in control of his own narrative or merely a pawn in someone else's game. Meghan is described as furious, both at DL's audacity and at Harry's apparent inability to shut down the scandal with the force she believes it demands. Their Montecito mansion, once portrayed as an oasis of calm, is now described as a pressure cooker of tension, with staff fleeing what they call a toxic environment. For a couple who built their brand on authenticity and moral authority, this scandal strikes at the very heart of their credibility. The fallout extends far beyond their household. Social media influencers who once championed Meghan are quietly deleting posts and distancing themselves. Celebrities who aligned with the Sussex brand are retreating into silence. Sponsors tied to Meghan's lifestyle ventures are reportedly reviewing contracts and invoking clauses about reputational harm. The currency of their post-royal lives, public trust, is eroding at breathtaking speed. Even Netflix, which invested millions in their story, is said to be watching with growing concern. Their documentaries portrayed them as truth-tellers fighting against a deceptive institution. If it turns out they were the ones engaged in deception all along, how does that affect the value of future Sussex content? Buckingham Palace maintains its characteristic silence, but insiders say there's deep unease behind those gilded walls. Constitutional lawyers are reportedly being consulted, precedents reviewed, and scenarios gamed out. Could children born through undisclosed surrogacy legally claim titles and inherit royal privileges? What happens if their place in the line of succession is challenged? For an institution already weakened by scandal and waning public support, this is a nightmare scenario. The irony in all this is absolutely devastating. Harry and Meghan left the royal family partly because they claimed it was a deceptive institution that refused to tell the truth. They positioned themselves as brave truth-tellers, breaking free from oppression. But if DL's claims are proven true, then their entire post-royal brand was built on perhaps the greatest royal deception of all. A carefully constructed illusion designed to hide a truth they knew would be unacceptable to both the monarchy and the public. This scandal has the potential to completely rewrite the Sussex narrative. Instead of victims breaking free from an oppressive institution, they might be revealed as manipulators who exploited royal traditions while systematically deceiving the public. Instead of champions of authenticity, they might be exposed as architects of an elaborate facade. For now, the world waits with bated breath for Harry and Meghan to break their silence and address these explosive allegations. But with each passing day of silence, the storm only grows stronger, threatening to consume everything they've built since leaving royal life behind. What do you think about these shocking claims? Could there be any truth to DL's allegations? Or is this just another attack on a couple who faced relentless scrutiny since day one? Could the strange circumstances around the births really point to concealed surrogacy, or are we connecting dots that don't actually form a picture? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. You know I love hearing your takes on all the royal drama. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more royal insights. This story is developing by the day, and you know I'll be right here keeping you updated on every twist and turn. Until next time, thanks for watching, ta-ta, and bye for now.